It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is a part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you. Because that's New Orleans, and this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar today. We're at the fabulous Wayfair on Ferret Street in Uptown New Orleans. Ferret Street is a restaurant and a bar that serves handcrafted food and spirits where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass. They have a 3-hour happy hour every day here from 4 to 7 with cheap booze and cheap food and an awesome brunch on the weekends, which Andrew Vaughan describes as fucking amazing.
There you go.
So he's not here today because he's on the road somewhere. If you want to know where Andrew is and you're not in New Orleans, check out andrewduhon.com and see if he's in a town near you. Thanks for joining us on Happy Hour. My special guests sitting around the table here today are Tommy Lewis, Q Hefner, Mani, who has no second name, I guess, do you?
Just one.
Just
Mani.
one, Mani,
No,
and it's spelled M-A-N-I, not M-O-N-E-Y, right?
Yep. No,
2/3 of NOLA FAM.
A lot of people think it's M-O-N-T-E too. I'm like, nah, it's
M-O-N-T-E.
not. Like
Monty.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
I know what
pronounce
you're
it
saying,
that.
yeah.
Like,
I got it
Mani.
now. It's Mani. All right.
Mani.
M-A-N-I.
Yep.
And is it short for anything?
My actual name, Romani.
Romani. So
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
gypsy. Are you a gypsy?
No,
You're not.
no.
You look kind of gypsy.
I do.
Ish. Don't you?
I'm not gypsy.
You're not. Why
No.
would someone call you Romani? Why'd they call you that, your parents?
Well, I'm one of 6. Like, I got 6 brothers. Like,
And
I'm
what
one
are
of
the other
6.
ones called?
They got regular names like Brandon, Kevin,
Oh, no.
John,
serious?
stuff like that. Adrian, Destiny, like stuff
Destiny,
like that. I'm the
Adrian,
only
John,
person.
Kevin. You're the one that got Romani. Are you the
Yeah.
youngest or the oldest, or just in
I'm
the
the
middle?
3rd oldest.
No.
Third.
Yeah.
Wonder what they were thinking when they Rosie's here as well. Rosy Wilson. is
Hello.
it? Rosie, is that your real name? Is that short? for some-
Rosalie is my real name.
Rosalie. I should write all these down there. So
Oh, that's what you can use, Rosie, though. That's fine. Rosalie,
so
Rosie.
Rosalie, Romani.
But Rosie's
Q
fine.
Hefner. We don't know Q Hefner's real name. I don't. Do we?
Q.
Q.
Yeah.
That's the
How did
Right
you come up
now-
with Hugh Hefner? I know how you came up with it, but that's fabulous. Hugh Hefner.
yeah.
I love that.
That's just one of many things I am.
Is that what shows up on your ID?
Wish.
have
Quentin
other
Coleman, actually.
What is it? Quentin Coleman.
That's,
That's
a
my
great
real
name.
name.
That's a beautiful
That's an
name.
amazing
That's a real
name.
name.
Why
I
wouldn't
like
you,
that.
why wouldn't you go with that?
Well, that's just one of my alias.
Okay.
What, are you wanted by the law or something?
I have DJ Q, Q Hefner, Q of NOLA FAM,
He's an entertainer.
Q of NOLA FAM.
and Quentin Coleman.
Quentin
Alias.
Coleman's a very
Yeah.
good
Quentin
name.
Coleman
though.
is your government name, as they say.
Yeah.
Right.
When I do movies and stuff on the big screen, I use that name.
That's a great name.
Right. Do you have a middle name as well?
Anthony.
Q.A. Coleman. Quentin A. Coleman.
Quiet.
That's great.
Right, QAC. Bang, bang.
QAC, so you could be Q and A, like they say. An audience Q and A.
Hey, Don, my last
And-
name is Cole, so it's like.
Is it really?
His is Coleman.
Coleman,
Mine is
Cole.
Cole. So it's-
Romani Cole.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm going to write all
That's
these
also
down.
And
a
shouts
really
out
good
I wish I
to
could-
Jay Smoke.
Jay Smoke.
Jay Smoke
we
is
2/3 of NOLA FAM right now.
Smokey
NOLA
was the
fan.
one here.
What happened to
last
Jay
time.
Smoke? He was here last time with his baseball cap.
He had to stay a little late work. He just got off actually, so
Oh.
he texted
Couldn't
me
make
right
it.
now.
Is he
so
coming?
Maybe he'll pop up.
Okay. What's his real name, Mr. Smoke?
Jonathan Parker.
Jay Smoke is good. So you guys all went to school together, Frederick Douglass High School, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Grew up together, all that good stuff.
In the
Oh,
same
that's
place.
nice. Really?
Mhm.
That's really nice.
What do you mean, really? You think I was making that up?
No. I'm just saying that in a really positive way. Positive way.
All right,
Rosie.
like affirmative,
Yes,
really?
affirmative.
So what's on your hand here? It's not a tattoo. It's a sort of
No,
the
it's just-
Om symbol on your clothes.
It is, but
it?
it
What
goes
is
with.
that?
It's from a company called Joie. My brother actually got this for me.
Your
He was
brother?
my brother Roger. He was one of your guests at one point.
Roger Wilson is your brother. Yes,
Yes, he is.
was.
Indeed, he was.
He was
He
the guy
is,
who
and
came
he
up
was
with
your guest.
Broadway South.
He is the person who came
He
up,
was a-
wrote the legislation. Yeah,
Yes, okay. He was a very slick character. That's your brother.
that's my brother,
You look
my
like-
baby brother.
You're right. He looks like he's a sort of super handsome,
He's ridiculously handsome.
slick
Yeah,
guy, and you're some more of the hippie side. So
I think I think it's. I don't know if hippie, more of rebel, more punk, maybe.
you're a rebel, and he's like a.
Very.
I don't know what
very
business guy.
Yeah, very much so.
He was like a super successful guy in Hollywood and Broadway. And
Yes, very much so.
is this your fiance, Tommy?
Yes, this is my fiance.
Hello, my
She
fiance.
has
Congratulations.
shown up.
Hello.
Awesome. What's
Her
your
name's
name?
Wiley.
My name's Wiley.
Wiley.
That's a great.
Wow, that's another cool name.
Thank you.
Jeez, this is a good day for cool names here.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, when are you getting married? And
We don't know.
We don't know
We
yet.
don't know. Next year.
Next year, because
Next
we're all
fall.
available. to
Whatever the
Right.
mood strikes.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think? What's the determining factor for a date when the baby's
Cool
due?
weather.
The baby. No.
Cool weather.
Cool weather.
With the baby.
Well, you'll have to wait for the cool
That's
weather.
funny.
Right.
It is a bit cooler today. Tommy, what's your real name? It's not Tommy, I assume, is it? Is it Thomas?
We'll go with Thomas, yes.
It's Thomas Lewis.
Thomas
That's
Lowe.
nice
Thomas
too.
Lewis. Yeah.
So it says, Tommy, I know you because you're my friend on Facebook.
We
Although
are-
I've never met you
We are friends
until
on
today.
Facebook, and we've just met. And
I know.
It's finally good to meet you.
I had no idea how good looking you were. Otherwise, I would have got to meet you years ago.
Well, it's
I don't know how we
Wiley's
got
in
to
all
be
the
fr-
other pictures, and so
Yeah.
I kind of look.
Are you, really? I don't
not
even.
as
I never
great
saw you
next
in
to
the
her.
Facebook photos, though.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
She's
I don't know
all
how
over
we
them.
got to be Facebook friends. Something to do with Jazz Fest, I think, and Jazz
And
Fest
and
parties.
Graham.
And Graham DePonte, who's our fabulous producer,
Correct.
who's your neighbor.
She's my neighbor.
That's how we got to know each
client,
other. Okay.
and a friend.
She's my neighbor, a client, and a friend. What do you mean by client?
I sold her house that she lives in.
Okay, so you're a real estate agent,
I am.
even though that's sort of irrelevant, really,
It is.
because you don't really.
Highly irrelevant.
The most interesting thing about you is you're a huge music fan,
That,
and you have a giant. What I know
that's
about
what
you
I
is
prefer.
You
Yeah.
have a giant Jazz Fest party every year. That's what I mostly know about you.
I do have that, and it's going to be even more public.
No one listens to this show. Don't worry about that. What date is it, and what's your address?
Don't fall for that.
Second Saturday of Jazz Fest. Good luck finding the house. Hey, Trish.
Oh, it's pretty easy to find it because everyone's
can
having
hear
a
it.
party around that.
You can hear this one in particular. You can hear.
So it's the second
from,
Saturday
from
of
everywhere.
Jazz Fest. There's a lot of people have parties. Well, Graham lives around there too. Obviously, she's your neighbor. She lives
She's-
right next. Do you live right
You
next door?
can you can go see Graham, and she can bring you down.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jazz
Graham.
Fest parties all around that neighborhood. That's kind of part of the thing. Like if you live in the Irish Channel, you have a party on St. Patrick's Day, and if you live over by the fairgrounds, you have a party at
Right.
Jazz
I've
Fest.
taken
That's
mine
cool.
up a couple of notches, and when we started it 19 years ago or so, we decided we needed to have a band, and threw some plywood on the yard, and friends' band played, and today it's stages, sound people, relationships with the beer
That's dope.
companies.
That is.
You have it
and,
sponsored?
yeah. How about it's NOLA?
It's
How about it's
NOLA?
New Orleans?
It's NewOrleans.com.
How about it's New Orleans?
We could
Can
sponsor it.
it's NewOrleans.com.
Brought to you
Yeah.
by It's New
Could
Orleans.
sponsor my bands. That's all.
Sure
that would
thing.
help
Well,
out a
how
lot.
much do you need, and what's the address? Because that's
We'll talk about money, and then
Okay.
we'll see if I can get you the address.
that
There
is
you
pretty
go.
amazing. Did
Let's
you
work on the address, huh?
move there specifically because
To
of,
be by Jazz Fest.
you did?
You did?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You're a real
it's-
estate agent, so you could. Is it a good buy? Is it a good neighborhood to buy in?
It's tough now. In 1996, it was easy.
That's when you bought your house.
That's when I bought my house.
So now it's become
So-
popular.
It's gotten very popular.
What do you think made it so tough? You know,
Right now is
Yeah.
everybody wants to be there. And,
Yeah,
the
but-
demand,
and
right?
so the demand's there, and so it's hard to find things at a reasonable price anymore.
That's the
So
story of New Orleans, right
That's
there.
the story of New
that
Orleans
is
right
really
now.
the truth.
That's shell.
Well, what would be a good time to? How should we? Is it going to go down at some point?
I hope not.
He's a real estate agent. That's an awful question to ask him.
I do not want to predict what markets are going to
Really?
do, especially after the market's been crashing lately. So
Right.
Well, it depends when you're listening to this. Of course, the market could be up or down given any given hour, day, month, or
Any
year.
minute.
it came back
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
strong. So
It doesn't seem to make any difference. It goes up and down
that's right.
by itself. Now, Rosie, you're talking of music. You're an institution. You're a legend in New Orleans. You're the person who owned Rosie's Music Hall
I created it, yes. I
on
was-
Tchoupitoulas Street. You guys familiar with that?
They're too young for that.
NOLA FAM
They're
Que
way
Hefner.
too
But I
young.
would like to know.
I would like to know.
I used to hang out in there.
You probably know some of the musicians. Gil Scott Heron did one of his first tours in the States there. Lots of lots of lots of jazz and blues guys, and then people who crossed over. It was in the mid '70s.
Crossover means something different today. than it did.
Fused,
wasn't
yeah, I
born
know.
yet.
Now, I know you weren't even an idea yet. Are you kidding?
You
Not
know,
until 89.
you know who Noah Howard is?
Yeah, of course, yes.
That's my uncle. Actually.
really?
Yeah, the
Oh.
alto jazz saxophonist.
Absolutely. Congratulations. He's very talented.
Yeah, I
Really
actually don't
talented.
really like. I know him. I grew up around him, but he actually moved to Europe like in the '70s.
Well, like guys like, you know who Nicholas Payton is? His dad
No, I
played there.
don't.
He's very cool, great trumpet player. His dad played there, and it was a blend of people who were from all over the world, all over the States, and New Orleans, all of it. So that was my deal, was to bring them all in to come to a small venue. Yeah,
Cool.
it was very
Good
cool.
idea.
It was very cool in the time, yeah, very much
It's still
so.
a great space.
It's a good, yeah,
It's
it is
still
a good
open.
space.
And it's
still
still
called
open.
Rosy's something or other.
Rosie's Jazz Hall, but that has nothing to do with me. They sort of hung on to my name and
And
added
you-
something to the back end.
Did you
yeah.
let them do that?
No, but they did it anyway.
Shouldn't they pay you something to use your name?
Well, I agree with that. I don't think they
Right,
would.
and then I'll take you on as the Jazz Fest party sponsor
There
too.
you go.
Good
Just
idea.
keep going. I mean,
There
maybe
you
these-
go.
Maybe
Yeah.
these guys would just come and play for free.
Why should they play?
I'm
Why
willing,
should they
to,
play?
I'm willing
for
to
free?
help her out.
Yeah.
Don't say yes to that, guys. I can do a better deal for you than that. Hey, so why do
That
you let
gets you
them
some
use your
exposure.
name, Rosie? If
Let's get it.
I
Right,
think
that's
because
what I'm
it pretty much was well established when I did do it, and in their defense, they actually sought me out to not necessarily be partners, but I think to know more about it. But they just want to go ahead and sort of combine that name and that idea with doing a. They don't really have a club though; they have more of a space venue. It's private
Okay,
parties,
so
that
you
type
can
of
rent
thing.
it for
Yes.
You. Okay, so it's not open.
No, it's not open to the public. It's
Oh,
a
okay, so
space
that's
venue.
sort of cool. So it's cool. It's a sort of an honor. So it's flattering for you to be.
Yeah,
It'd be like sort of the Gold Ring Center or something.
yeah.
You have your name on a building. Well, that's
I'd
cool.
rather have a bar named after me personally.
Would
Yeah.
you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, it's
Like your
so
name?
Can you get into it anytime?
Just-
They let you in.
They actually gave me a very nice party when I returned home, which was very sweet.
So you just moved back. We've got a lot to ask you, but you just moved back to New Orleans after
a couple
being
of
gone
years
for
ago.
like 30 years. or
Yeah, a
something.
very long time.
Where'd you go?
I was in New York and then London and Los Angeles.
New York.
New York's killer. It was
I hear
great.
good and
and
things
bad.
about
Yeah,
New York.
it's a city all its own. That's for
Yeah.
certain. Yeah.
Why did you leave?
Why wouldn't I? But at a certain point, I guess is more the question.
I don't know. It seemed like you must have been pretty successful and well known.
For me, I was really young when I did it, and I love New York. I love cities like that. I wanted to experience big city life versus a smaller city life. Is really what it came down to.
New Orleans was a different place in 1976 to 78 when you had Rosie.
It was great. It was.
But it was small.
It was actually larger than it is today.
Well, I was going to say it's larger than it is today.
Yeah.
The
Really?
population.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
population.
Did you
small.
ever spend time at the warehouse?
Oh, of course.
Tell me who you saw at the warehouse.
I saw Jim Morrison's last concert before he died, before he went to Paris. I saw the Allman Brothers I'm trying to think of who we didn't see at the warehouse. Every band that came there.
Bob Marley.
I saw Bob Marley in Jamaica,
amazing.
which is really cool.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. I saw him in New York also when he did his first tour there. That was great. He was amazing.
You guys familiar with what the warehouse was?
Very killer space.
Not really.
Not
it was,
really.
It was on Tchoupitoulas,
yeah.
downtown towards, past Tchoupitoulas towards downtown, and it was a warehouse.
It really was,
with
yeah.
a stage, and that was it. And if you talk to anybody that's in there, like late 50s, early 60s on,
Mm-hmm.
they've all spent time down there, and all these great bands used to roll through there.
Incredible
I need to
bands.
bring that
Grateful
back.
Dead.
And this
Grateful
was like in the
Dead, yeah.
70s? This was
Yeah.
Like,
in the-
like
into
early
the
70s,
80s.
late 60s, early 70s, right in there in that pocket.
So
yeah,
at some
into
point,
the 80s.
at some
If
point
I
on
had known
Chop-
about it, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
if
Wow.
you'd-
I survived. I survived it.
I wouldn't have survived.
I survived
But
it.
at some point, so on Tchoupitoulas Street, there was the warehouse, Tchoupitoulas, and Rosie's, all on the same street.
Right.
That's true.
Well, all sort of within walking distance. Could you go? Would
No.
you go from one to the other on a given night?
If you, well, the warehouse was sort of coming. That's more of a real concert venue. I mean, like concert, but like big crowds.
Did you sit down or stand up?
You stood down, stood up, or fell down. I think was one of the
There's
things.
There were no
there's
seats.
There's a great
No.
documentary someone put together
That's true.
on it, and I can't remember. It's maybe just called The Warehouse. But apparently, people would just bring remnants of carpets from their families' houses and throw it on the floor, and that became the floor.
It was like New Orleans version of like the Fillmore East or Fillmore West, that kind of thing. I
Right.
think would be the closest analogy.
Fillmore East and Fillmore West.
Yeah, Bob Graham.
You'll have to
and Bill
explain that
Graham.
now.
Amazing. Oh,
San Francisco.
yeah,
Right.
amazing.
West Coast.
West Coast
West
or
Coast.
East Coast. You had both. You had two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Graham did
I like
too.
West Coast more.
Oh, you're East
What's the
Coast,
difference?
West Coast. Here we
What's
go.
different?
Oh, there's a whole other
is-
dialogue.
The difference between West Coast and East Coast is that West Coast you could surf the wave out there. You know, it's like this like energy of kush. It's like this energy of like weed, party, and I feel like it's this weird acceptance to everything. It's like you're accepted to whatever out there in LA and in the West.
People.
You know, beautiful people. The East, New York. I'm sorry. Like the East, like New York is like hard up. I feel like, you know, because I have New York, like a bunch
I meet
of
a lot of
friends.
loud and common people from New York. Like they just
And
like
it's like
loud
arrogant.
and,
Wow,
It's like,
arrogant.
yeah.
We don't care. We're New York.
There is one difference, though.
That sounds
and
about.
What's the
that sounds
difference?
fair.
That might be surprising when you look at it. Is that New York, you know where the demons are right up front. LA, you have to suss them out a bit, and
True.
sometimes it feels real friendly, and it may not be as friendly as you think.
So the demons on the West are hidden,
More hidden, I
and
think.
the demons on the East.
are
In your
right in your
face.
face. Yeah.
They straightforward in New York. I
yeah.
like that. I like
yeah.
that.
Well, you guys are saying that that there are no demons on the West. That everything's cool.
No,
No, they're demons everywhere.
There's
Yeah.
demons everywhere. So there's demons on the West, but they're hidden. You have to seek
Yeah,
them out.
absolutely.
And the demons on the East, they're just right in your face, like, I'm a demon.
So what's better?
I like a hidden demon. I don't want to know.
I like my demons hidden. There you go.
I don't want to know
Keep
your
the monster
demon.
under the bed, huh?
Exactly.
There you go.
So, Rosie, I was wondering, you had all these awesome people playing there in the 70s. I mean, on this list I have in front of me, Russ and Roland Kirk played there, Sarah Vaughan,
Yes, she was amazing. That was one of the most
Stevie
amazing.
Wonder,
He had his birthday party there. Yes.
Beautiful.
Ray
Yeah.
Charles.
Ray Charles was an
and
experience.
you were 19 years old.
Yeah.
So how did you meet these people? How did you book them?
I had an amazing guy who helped me book from the West Coast, from Los Angeles. But actually, I met him through the woman who I worked with to restore the building. It was one of these it was a sort of a real feeling of synchronicity the way this all fell into place. I just got this idea that I wanted to bring talent to New Orleans.
Well, you were 19 years old.
I was 19.
And what gave you that idea at 19 years old?
Truthfully, I was upset about the fact that many people, many artists felt cautious about playing the Deep South, most black artists, understandably. And I wanted to give them an environment in which they felt safe. And that was the driving force behind it.
There was no segregation at that point, though. This was the
No,
70s.
it might not have been official segregation, but there was a whole other kind of how you were treated in a club environment. And that was the driving force behind why I did it.
That's interesting.
I think I understand what you're talking about. The
Has it
condition.
changed?
I think considerably.
It's
in a
changed
way.
definitely, but I think I understand what she's saying, because like I'm experiencing that right now with if you know about the like sound ordinances that's like being slapped on every place where you know you could possibly make some money. You know, like before, like me and Q didn't have like, you know, day jobs. We just work for ourselves DJing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he DJs and like I'm right there with him, so it's like 5 gigs. You know, that's a great, you know, week of like money if you like have the bars, you know, open to do it. But right now it's like getting hard for you to like perform live music because people complain about the sound.
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole
yeah.
the whole sound. Trying to step sound down.
It's
that
definitely
whole thing,
stopping
yeah.
people from making legitimate money.
When you say people are complaining, is this residents or this is the
Nah,
This is
city.
This is people who move from out of town
Right.
and they move next to bars and stuff. Then they complain about how loud it is. It's
Yeah.
like if you move to New Orleans, like
Right next to a
you should
bar.
already know what
Right.
to expect. This is a music city, so it's like you bring in you all in your feelings, bringing your culture or whatever you do from your town here to New Orleans. And so
And
this
not
is-
when
recognizing
you got power and money, you got the
you got the right of way. Yeah, basically.
But there's that many people who are moving here now that they can shut down. There's enough people to shut down bars.
Yeah.
Well, it's like he said, you know, it's like in demand. Like when people want to be somewhere, a specific place in time, it's like, let's all go there. And like, because of that happening, this is the effect. Like, people can't like really turn up how they want to turn up, if you familiar with that term. Like,
Yeah.
just have a good time, you know?
Come to the Jazz Fest party.
Come to that Jazz Fest party.
But is this actually, are you saying, I mean, this is pretty significant now. What you're saying is that this has destroyed your income.
It did.
Yeah.
Now the
Had
joke's
to get
over.
a day job.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Quite
Not that I have a
frankly.
problem
I'm
with
worried for
working.
Mardi Gras Productions now.
Yeah.
But you're talking about New Orleans musicians who
Making
can't,
a
who can't
killing.
make enough money to stay alive now because people from out of town here who came here, one of the reasons they come here is because of the great music that comes out of the city. have shut the place down.
But they're having
Basically,
help
it's an
with New Orleanians to
extraordinary-
do this, though. It's not just outsiders doing it. There's help within the city council. There's a big war going on about zoning with this.
But there is a giant war, and there's this whole organization against it, MACNO, or whatever how that's pronounced.
If
Which is
you've
Kermit
ever been
Ruffins.
to Austin, Texas,
Great city.
it's a great city, but far as like the way New Orleans welcomes you when you come there, like, cause I've been to Austin for South by Southwest with Q to do like performances, and like I felt like it was like right when we went, we came back and then we like experiences the sound ordinances and stuff, like people complaining. So it was
Can't
just
walk out
like
the bar with the drink.
I felt
didn't
like
know that.
Austin was like being like, I don't know, it's like they're trying to turn New Orleans into Austin in this way where it's like
Sort of more gentrified.
soon enough, drinking is gonna become something that they, it's like that thing.
That's the next thing. There'll be no go cups. You mean?
That sucks. It's New Orleans. Go Cup for everybody.
I don't think that's going to happen
I don't
because
think
there's
that will
too
ever
many
happen. That'd
people
be
are making
awesome.
too much money out of.
It's happening though. At
What?
Where I DJ at St. Rock Tavern, you can't even leave the bar.
Yeah,
with
without
no
a
drink.
go
It had
cup.
to be in the to-go cup. So that's
Oh.
the first.
It has to be in a cup,
Then
in
the-
a
it has
plastic
Then the plastic
container.
cups
Yeah,
are going to be
it's-
gone one day, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's what people are saying, but I don't believe that's going to happen. Do you really? But there's so much money involved
Probably
in people
not
buying
everywhere, but
booze here.
certain bars and places it will, because it's happening already. I'm seeing it.
It's St. Rock Tavern. They won't let you walk out with a glass container,
Yeah,
but you can walk out with a drink in a plastic container.
Yeah.
Well, that's not that
Well, in a
unusual.
plastic cup. Yeah, but
And it's a go cup.
But isn't that the same on Bourbon Street?
no.
Don't you have to? You can walk around with a bottle. I thought you
Wait,
had to leave.
hold up. Yeah, it has to be in the plastic
I'm
cup.
pretty sure it has to be
Because
plastic.
the cop stopped
True,
me when I had
true.
a
She's
beer.
shaking her head in the back. She knows.
But is
Yeah.
that a safety thing because of glass breaking? Is that, you think that might be it? I don't know. I'm just
I
I
don't
don't think it's
so.
safety, because
Okay.
people do a lot of things that's not safe. So
Oh no, that's true.
it's like carrying a beer.
Well, when you
shouldn't
take
be
the go
that
cup,
dangerous.
that's starting to be not safe.
Right.
Well, that
Depending
is
on how
the,
you're getting around.
is this the only city in the country where you can walk around with a drink in an open alcohol container?
Yeah.
It's
think
the
it
only one
is.
I ever
Trish
knew.
is.
It's
Yeah,
the only
right?
one.
It is.
Probably.
The first giveaway when I moved to New York that I was from here is when I asked for a to-go cup. They said, "Oh, we know where you're
Right.
from, honey."
Well, before you guys were born, I would think you could drive around here with an open alcohol container.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing wrong with it.
Bring it back.
Yeah. Well, that's never coming back.
You miss
No.
you miss the good old days.
Those were the good old days.
But closing down bars, actually taking away your livelihood as New Orleans musicians because it's too loud at night, that's a pretty
And it's on a
disturbing
weekend
reality.
too. It's not like it's a Monday and we're
Right,
like
right.
rah rah. It's like a Saturday and like everybody's
So,
having fun.
What specific bars are we talking about?
Mimi's,
Mimi's
St.
in the
Rock
Marinade.
Tavern.
Right.
Yep.
Well, Mimi's, they stopped playing music totally.
Even like
Frenchman,
when you do block
Frenchman Street's
parties,
another one they're trying
Even
to
the
do
black
too.
party culture
Yeah.
of New Orleans is being stopped.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
even in the daytime, it could be like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Police will roll around and be like, "The music's too loud. We heard some
You need a
complaints."
Well, that
No.
really is a big change. I've never seen anyone close anything down in New
Yeah, it
Orleans.
happened to me when I DJ'd when I was living on Franklin Avenue in the Marinade, and my neighbors obviously wasn't from here, and so he kept calling the cops over and over and over, and then they finally shut me
They finally
down.
said, you can't get the cop to show up at a murder, let alone
No
to
kidding.
shut down a party.
They popped up quick.
They
loud
popped up
music.
real-
They
Yeah.
did.
They're showing up for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, let's take. What have you guys been doing musically since we saw you last? Last time you had that. You guys actually, Hugh. Last time you were on here, you got us kicked off Facebook and iTunes.
Yeah, I did.
Both. Yeah. we had to reinstitute ourselves on Facebook and.
I'm
iTunes.
actually gonna change the cover to that song.
Sweet.
That was a song called "Sex Religion."
Yeah.
If you're joining us, if you're looking on our website, it's neworleans.com, and you just search for Q Hefner, Q-U-E Hefner,
Yeah.
and it'll come up, and you'll see this illustration. We have it on our website. It's really cool. It's a painting, right?
Yep.
It's a painting of two women. One's in a full burqa, and all you can see are her eyes, and the other is naked with a blindfold, and all she's got covered are her eyes. But it's not a photo.
Why
it's a
would
painting.
that get you kicked off of anything? I'm just,
Got it kicked off
Right.
of Facebook,
Yeah.
and they kicked us off iTunes.
why? I'm just.
Crazy.
Are we going for this again today?
Oh,
we can't-
is my
Nah,
question
I'm-
inflammatory?
I'm actually gonna change the cover to that song.
What are you going to change it to? And why would you
Who
change
wins
it?
if we
I
get
don't
it
know
kicked
yet.
off?
I don't know yet.
Wow.
Why would you change it? I thought it was awesome. That's why we put it
It
up.
is
on-
awesome, but after thinking about it, like if I travel, I don't want to get my head shot off.
Oh,
Oh, no, you're being intimidated.
You know, no, I'm not intimidated at all. It's
practical.
Just,
Well,
I'm
once
just doing
we-
it out of respect for certain cultures and religions and stuff like that.
So it was seen as inflammatory? Is that what the problem was before on Facebook? Was that it? Was it seen as an inflammatory?
I haven't got flagged. They got flagged.
Apparently on Facebook they only pull it off if somebody complains.
Oh.
So somebody who's a subscriber or looked at our page on Facebook, and you didn't get it pulled down off your Facebook
Probably
page.
like one person too.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, all it took, I guess, was one person.
Yeah, sucks. One person.
Somebody from out of town said they didn't. I don't know who the hell couldn't like that. It's pretty. I thought it was a clever commentary on.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to complain, you have to own up to who you are.
Exactly.
I agree with
I
that.
think it's fair. If they're calling you out,
We
they
were
need
just-
to step forward. They need to put a face
Yes,
to it.
exactly. We were just talking about that. This whole Ashley Madison thing. This list that people. Somebody hacked into Ashley Madison. You know this whole story, right? Of all the guys, it's like a cheating website.
It's a cheating
It's a cheating
website.
website for people who want to have an affair with
Oh.
other married people.
Oh, okay.
And
I
so
missed this.
somebody objected to that for some whatever reason, I don't know. And they hacked into the website and they got reportedly 30 million names
Oh my
from
God.
this website of people who have signed up to have an affair with each other and published it.
Whoa.
But interestingly enough, they won't tell us who they are.
The list
Don't
is
you
out.
find that
Now you
strange?
got-
Oh,
but
and who the
people
person
who
that
hacked
called
into
them
it.
out, who
Now,
hacked
how
into it,
ironic is
right.
that you're hacking into a website of cheaters because you want to expose them for some whatever reason.
How
I
do
don't
you
know,
have
but you're
that much
too chicken
time?
to expose.
Yeah,
Some
there you
people
go.
just got too much time on their hands.
Too much time what?
Way
How
too
many
much
people-
time.
Names he said it was
30
how do you
million?
have that
30
much
million
time?
30
people?
million. I
sync
saw. I don't
that
know
with-
if that's true.
like,
do you know if
come
that's
on.
true, Christian? Is it really
Sounds high, but worldwide, sure.
30
Even if
million people?
30
That's
million
a
people?
lot.
At that
I think
point,
it's
you,
like 37, but who's counting?
37 million. Was it Tommy? Really?
Damn.
Well,
That's what I've read.
but at some point, if 37 million people, this is in the United States alone.
I have no.
Suppose
no
it is.
clue.
How could 37 million people be wrong at that point? I mean, that's enough to swing an election, a presidential election.
37 million people making the same decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is that bad at that point?
That's
If
not bad. I
37
don't think it's bad.
That's not cheating at that
It was
point.
supposed to be hidden, I guess.
A hidden demon.
I mean,
there
it
you go.
sounds like
hidden demon.
Hidden demon.
sounds
There
like-
you
And then we're
go.
back to the demon.
It sounds like
Yes.
swinging to me, like couples that want to hook up. It sounds like swingers. Like,
Well, they
It
do.
does.
Why
well,
would anybody
that's
want to
cool.
bust that? I
People
don't
should be
know.
able to do whatever they want to do.
I-
Well, they can.
as long as it doesn't harm anyone else. That was always the rule.
I'm gonna just step in and say I'm about to get married, and
Uh-oh.
so I don't
Congrats.
know if I agree with that.
Is it the
That's
first
you're
time?
taking
No,
an
but-
oath.
no, but as
so-
long as it doesn't harm anyone, and that in your situation, it would harm
But
someone.
if it's
That's-
a agreement between a couple and another couple,
Yeah.
then that's
That's
different.
I guess
but
it's all
that's
good.
not. This is
Yeah,
not
that's
an agreement
what-
between.
This is a whole different thing.
that is,
Yeah.
yeah.
True.
Yeah, this is someone who's not telling their wife or husband
That's
that
exactly
they're
right.
Yeah.
that they're. I wonder if there ever was an incidents where they were both on there. The husband and the wife were both on.
Probably
Oh,
so.
that would be interesting.
That would be more like a sitcom.
Isn't that the song?
Is
I didn't know you liked pina coladas. and
Oh,
dancing on
right,
the rain.
right.
Oh, that's what
how
that
they
song's
met.
about. The guy put an ad in the personal.
That's
column
right.
or something,
No.
and his
That
wife
was the old,
responded.
that's the old school.
That is very, yes. I went right to my head, though. I remember that.
You remember that song? What's that called?
What year was that? What year that song came out?
Oh, long.
Again, you were not born.
Chris might be able to find it for us while we're here and
Yeah.
play a bit of it. The Pina Colada song. What?
Yeah.
Hey, Christian, will know. Rupert Holmes. Christian knows everything about music. You have a question about
There
music?
you go.
Everything with
Rupert
1978
Holmes.
Thank you.
Rupert Holmes.
Was that in the cheating song
Yeah.
where he did a personal ad?
Come in here so we can.
What year
The
was
song
it?
he made a personal ad
Right.
to find a lover, and she fit all the descriptions he was looking for, and he didn't realize it was his own lover, his own significant other was the person who answered the
Right,
ad.
that was the song.
I
What
never
year
knew
was
You
that?
like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Wow.
What year was that song, Chris?
79.
I told you, you had not
I was
even
gonna
been a
say
concept
76.
Can you
yet.
find it, Chris?
Not even a concept.
Pretty good.
I like that.
Maybe you guys could bring that back. You could take a sample
Really?
out of that. That
I
would be-
might say something about that. You're not even a concept.
Yes.
Okay.
I might use that.
The
Thank you,
interesting thing
Rose.
is though
My
that
pleasure.
you hadn't heard of this whole Ashley Madison thing, so I wonder how big it is. This whole. That's the thing these days, though. You can be some giant piece of news or a hit song, and half the country hasn't heard of it. At all.
Yeah, it's crazy because like you got the internet today, and like the internet is like just crazy. Like so much.
You guys spend
can
much time
find.
online?
Well, we have to because like we network and promote our shows and like
I'm
different
pretty
things
much
like
online
that
every day.
every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to stay offline.
That's true.
You know what we should do? We should take a listen to some of your music while we're sitting here.
Oh, that'd
Let's
be
do it.
great.
No,
Let's
that'd
do
be
it.
good.
Definitely, let's
Let's
listen
do
to
it.
that.
So what do we got lined up? Anything? Will you bring something?
Yeah, we have a song called. We have 2 songs actually. We have one song called
Build.
and another song called NOLA Nights.
Which
Nice.
one shall we start with? Which one should we play in case we don't get to the second one? What would be the most important one?
Nola Nights.
Well, NOLA Nights is the newest song we just did like
Just did it.
Love
okay.
that
probably
title.
like 3 weeks ago.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We
Sounds good.
we're performing NOLA Nights. It's like spanking new. We're performing it tomorrow at our show with Lil Debbie at Siberia.
Okay.
So-
First of all, people listen to this podcast for years from now. So this is 2015.
2015.
What date are we talking about?
We talking
tomorrow?
about Thursday, August 27th.
Yep.
Thursday, August 27th, 2015.
Yep.
So if that hasn't passed when you listen to this show,
Yeah.
which is pretty unlikely, then go to where?
For
Where is it going to be, this thing?
at Siberia.
Siberia on St.
Siberia.
Claude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
On St. Claude Avenue. Okay.
One of the many venues they got on St. Claude.
Okay, and if this date has already passed, where could we go to find out where you are?
You can catch me every Saturday at the St. Rock Tavern doing bounce night, DJ Q.
Okay.
12 St. Rock.
Yeah, you could stay in tune with our NOLA Fam Facebook or NOLAFam.com,
There you
which is
go.
under construction right now.
We're getting it all
doing
tightened
that.
up.
Yeah.
Do you still have that video with everyone sitting on the couch smoking weed?
Yeah.
Oh,
high
nice.
times.
That's an awesome video. I forgot about that. Just
Nice.
now. Yeah,
High
that's a
times.
very
Oh,
funny video.
420 will be in full effect at the show. Too.
Yes, sir.
Dr. J Smoke, which is J Smoke.
J Smoke.
Dr. J Smoke, whose
Hence
real
the
name is
Jonathan Parker.
Jonathan
And he
Parker.
has a song
Parker.
called Pina Colada he's performing. which is
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. That would be amazing.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
so-
let's listen to one of yours, to the NOLA Nights, and then I'll see if Chris can find us a bit of the Pina Colada song to listen to too, because that's
Oh, that's not online yet.
No, but the old
The
Pina
other
Colada
one,
song.
the
that
old
Chris
one.
said the Rupert Holmes.
Oh,
song.
okay.
Whatever happened to that guy Rupert Holmes? It was
Yeah.
like a one-hit wonder, I
I
suppose.
think he had a few more albums, but that was definitely his.
That was it.
He peaked early.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, let's check this out. NOLA Nights. Now, whose name is this under? NOLA Fam or?
It's under NOLA Fam. J Smoke is the person who kicked the song off. You hear him on the hook, first verse. Mani's on the second verse, and I'm on the last verse. And you know, he produced the track. He made the beat or whatever.
I'm a beat maker.
Oh,
know, everything
cool.
original,
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
production.
everything from scratch.
NOLA Nights.
NOLA Nights.
No lie. Yeah. For the fan ride. For the fans ride. Yeah. Let me take you on a ride. We rolling through my city. I tell them that it's no lie. We told them it's no limit. Gotta waste no time. This life that we live in. You fucking with the fam. Did I forget to mention? Let me take you on a ride. We rolling through my city. I tell them that it's no lie. We told them it's no limit. Gotta waste no time. This life that we live in. You fucking with the fam. Did I forget to mention? I'ma make them say, after I hit this cannabis. Hold up, wait, stop. I don't think you can handle this. Okay, here we go. Hit it slow. Inhale, don't choke. Let them chumps know what we coming for. Get this dough, then grip your hoe. Stick that in, we out the dough. Now watch all this cash move past while you sleeping, bro. And I'm just trying to buy a house and a couple boats. I'm done spitting game at you lames. I'ma let it soak in as I walk in. Head spin like what's that fragrance? Amen. I'm a guy, but I'm stuck in this old skin. Represent what we here for. This that NOLA bitch. This is our court. We don't care who you ballin' with. We taking all of it, hogging it. You hear this beat, stay banging. That's not honey, bitch. While I'ma just sit, grab a pack and smoke all of it.
And I'ma just sit, grab a pack, and smoke all of it.
Let me take you on a ride. We rolling through my city. I tell them that it's no lie. We told them it's no limit. Gotta waste no time. This life that we live in. You fucking with the fam. Did I forget to mention? Let me take you on a ride. We rolling through my city. I tell them that it's no lie. We told them it's no limit. Gotta waste no time. This life that we live in. You fucking with the fam. Did I forget to mention? We done and took them on a ride. A visit through the village over on the other side. Where niggas trying to get it, we say fuck that getting by. We say money on our mind. We say we gon' do or die. For that shit, that's all the time. He say he gon' hit my line. He never do, that's fine. When you out here on the grind, you gon' get that all the time. Let me take you on a ride. We rollin' through my city. I tell them that it's NOLA. These niggas be forgetting. I roll up, got more assists than pimpin' when I hit it. I'm light skinned like Ray Scrimmer, but a nigga about his business. Did I forget to mention every day I gotta get it? You fucking with the fam? Can't take you niggas serious. See, I don't give a damn. Don't trust you niggas, period. I'm all about them bands, so put them in my hand. A nigga hit the jets, you gotta catch me when I land. That NOLA be the sexy, I don't think you understand. Let me take you on a ride. We rollin' through my city. I tell them that it's no lie. We told them it's no limit, gotta waste no time. This life that we live in, you fucking with the fam. Did I forget to mention? Let me take you on a ride. We rollin' through my city. I tell them that it's no lie. We told them it's no limit, gotta waste no time. This life that we live in, you fucking with the fam. Did I forget to mention?
You in the presence of a dime. Instead of motivation, you should elevate your mind. We execute the mission, stay consistent with the grind. We try to help our brothers, but they switch up all the time. My niggas say fuck it, keep that money on your mind. If they ain't gotta like you, but they gon' respect your mind. Welcome to that NOLA, they'll take you on that ride. Nevertheless, I come correct, cause a threat for my respect. NOLA familiar to the death, I'ma show you what I rep. DJ Q, I got the motherfucking juice. Reppin' that NOLA, staying focused, being true. Handle my business, never no limit what I do. That's what I look up in the mirror and I know it cause I'm cute. I'm making moves, ain't no telling what I do. Pick and choose, make decisions with the crew. Pay the cost to be the ball, straight flossing. They'll never do it how we did it in New Orleans. No love.
Nice. What? Very
What
nice.
a great
Gentlemen.
track. Amazing.
Rosie, what do you think as a professional music?
It's incredible. It's hypnotic. I was like, it could have gone on forever. It's great. Amazing.
Who wrote the lyrics to that?
We wrote our own lyrics.
Everyone writes
each
their
one,
own bit?
We write our own parts.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody write their
Amazing.
own verse, and then one out of three of us like writes the chorus. So on each song that we have, one of us comes up with the chorus, and like all of us writes our own verse. Yeah.
So
Such a great track.
the
though.
reference to
Really.
No Limit,
Rosie.
Wow.
the No Limit reference in that song that's repeated, is that referred to No Limit Records, or is
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Yeah,
It
he
does.
said, we tell him that it's NOLA, P told him it's no limit.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
say NOLA a lot.
Master P said no limit. We say NOLA a lot. You know, as a
Okay.
saying, you know.
So it's nothing. It's not a knock against No Limit.
Oh no, not
No, not at all.
Just
You
get that
can't.
straight.
Yeah.
at all. Yeah.
You can't knock that. Whatever happened to No Limit and Master P and everybody? Are they still around?
Actually, Master P is like the most successful entrepreneur from New Orleans with the hip hop
probably is.
music. Like he's still around like in a big way, but he's like behind the scenes.
He moved to Baton Rouge at some point.
Nah, he moved to California.
Now he's in
California.
California. He's
Yeah.
going West Coast.
West Coast,
And is
hidden.
he, is he still doing stuff?
Last time I heard, he about to put out a movie called King of the South. It's about, like, you know how they did the NWA movie recently? Mm-hmm. He's going to do a movie like that about
Straight out of
him
New
in
Orleans.
Oh, wow.
No Limit Records.
Yeah.
The story of the No Limit record artists, just like the Straight Outta Compton was the story of those artists from the West
Yeah.
Coast.
So that's going to be like his version of his
Oh,
life.
so now who were those people who came out of here now? Who were the No Limit artists?
Master P, Silk the Shocker, C Murder,
Right.
Mystical,
Oh, yeah.
Soulja
Juvenile, or was that
Nah,
on
that's
Cash
Cash
Money?
Money.
Cash Money, yeah, Juvenile.
Okay, cool. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Might be a good time to cash in on that
yeah.
stuff from Master P. Now, what happened to the Cash Money guys? They moved to Miami.
They moved to Miami
yeah.
a while back.
Cash Money is kind of
Wiley
I
can
don't know.
chime in on this.
Everybody kind of splitting up.
Tommy,
Hey,
what?
Wiley can chime
Cash
in on
Money
this.
fan?
Wiley.
She knows.
Nice.
Wiley.
I have the Carter 3.
Wiley, you have to come down right here and speak into that
I
microphone.
have the Carter 3 in my 6 disc in my car right now. I'll listen
Yeah.
to it on the way over here. It jams.
Oh, nice.
The best
Always
Lil Wayne
has.
album.
One of the best.
One of the best.
One of the best.
Yeah.
I love rap.
hey, Carter
I've been
One
telling-
was good.
Carter 1 jams. I had to teach Tommy about Rihanna. Also,
Hey.
also the good stuff. We had a blast. But
Nice.
I've been giving him a little putting a little thug in his life. He's like,
Yeah.
Just bringing me along.
No wonder you seemed so excited about being engaged when I was talking to you. You were.
Oh, hey, look at her.
but I love rap. Can't lie.
How did you
Awesome.
How did you fall in love
Great
with rap,
look and a
Wiley?
great mind.
I'm from Shreveport originally.
318.
318. That's
All
right.
up in
Hey.
the 318.
I could tell you all about the 318.
So I like Lil Boosie. I like
Badass.
Badass.
We saw him at Buku this year.
Yep.
That was awesome. I just grew up listening to 400 Degrees.
Oh shit.
And
Wow.
Block is Hot. all
Block is
that.
hot.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
And
classics.
then I still have Ghetto Dope now.
Ghetto dope.
That's
man.
Ghetto
That's
Dope.
Master P
What
right
are we
there.
talking about there?
That's Master P's like
Yeah, Master P Ghetto Dope was number 16, Bourbons and Lax all day.
Yeah.
Bourbons
But,
and Lax.
We saw Master P at a Hornets game a year ago.
Year ago.
He just came in with his crew, his posse.
Rolled in, sat for 5 minutes, and bolted.
Bounced, yeah.
Wow.
But we saw him, and I was freaking out. I was like, "Do you know who that is?" And he's like, "Who is that?" I said, "That's Master P," and he had a No Limit
the
Forever
guy that
shirt
came
on
late to the
with
game.
tank, and I was like,
Yeah.
"That's him." Like,
Classic
I knew-
Master P.
I took a picture.
And left early.
So what does the
awesome.
318 look like exactly? I mean, Shreveport, is it like a whole mix of black and white together? It's all cool. It's
Yeah.
when
Is
I
that
was going through Katrina, like when I left Katrina from my rooftop, the first place they took me was Shreveport, Louisiana. That's why I stayed for a year before I came
a
back
year.
to officially. Yeah, I was out there for a year.
Wow.
It took me that long to get myself back together to
No
get ready to
kidding.
come back to the city.
Well, what did you think of Shreveport?
I thought it was amazing. Like, it's different. It's country. It's like, I'm a city person from New Orleans, from downtown New Orleans to be exact. So like, I'm really city, and it's like being in Shreveport for a year like pulled the country out of me. Basically, I was drinking. They got like when I went to school, they had these like I'm used to drinking milk out of a carton. And
Milk
like
in a
they
bag?
drink milk out of a bag with a
No
pointy straw.
way. There's milk in
And
it.
that
They
freaked
do that
me
in
out.
Baton Rouge too.
If you're listening to this show and you're outside of Louisiana, somewhere around the world, it's not that far from New Orleans to Shreveport. You can drive there
It's a
in
whole
like
nother
5
world.
hours.
It's a whole
It's
nother
another
world.
world.
True. Tommy,
I was
yeah.
there 2 weekends ago. It's a different
What
place.
do you mean there's milk in a bag? What are you talking about? Like a
You poke the
Comes
straw
in
through the
this-
bag.
It's like the
Like a-
juice.
like
the
whatever,
juice
It's like a
drinks?
juice.
Like a
thing.
juice box, but it's like a juice bag. It's like
Oh, wow.
milk bag. You
I've
know,
never-
it's
I've
like
never- I don't know it.
pointy straw. You know exactly.
That's
yeah.
where our cocktails are going to end up next, right?
Well, you can
It's
buy
like
those.
You can leave the bar with your drink
in a bag.
in a
in
bag.
a bag.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
So that was the biggest thing you noticed, the difference between Shreveport and New Orleans was they have milk in a bag.
That's
pretty
not the
big.
biggest thing, but
was the biggest
it was
thing?
the most interesting thing
Yeah.
I noticed. I was just like, wow, I'm in a country. That's
So
a
you
statement.
felt welcomed?
Not at first. A lot of people didn't welcome New Orleans people in Shreveport at first. It was just like being in Texas for a minute, and then they got used to you being fucking their shit up. Excuse my language. Like fucking their shit up. So it was like they accepted you then, They did.
Where was your home in New Orleans when Katrina hit?
I'm from the 8th Ward, which is St. Rock Street. Me and Q both grew up in the 8th Ward.
AWOL St. Rock.
8th Ward, St. Rock.
Y'all should check that video out too, when, like
That's
on
what-
y'all spare time. It's
When-
a bounce video I shot.
On your website? on
Is it on YouTube?
NOLA
He's gonna
FAM.com.
get people.
Nah, it's not on there right now because
No, but once-
NolaFam.com is under construction. It's
Yeah,
on
but
YouTube.
By the time anyone hears this, it'll be
YouTube?
on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
It's called. What's
If
it?
you just Google,
NOLA FAM.
DJ Q.
well, if you just YouTube DJ Q NOLA, it'll pop up. It's the first
Okay.
video that pop up.
Bounce.
Okay. So where did you go during Katrina? You didn't go to Shreveport as well. So you
Well,
guys
during
were split
Katrina,
up?
I was here through the whole thing. The first place I went to was Corpus Christi, Texas for a month.
Wow.
And then I lived in Atlanta for like a year and a half. And then I
Okay.
came back in 2007.
And what about Mr. Smoke? Where did he go?
Where did Smoke
Where
go?
did Smoke go?
I thought he was your best
Atlanta,
friend.
baby.
That is my best friend.
Well, how could you
But
not
that,
know?
We
that-
always
that was the
separated.
split up
Never
between us.
Yeah, we
Katrina.
always
Right.
separated.
Let's split everybody out.
Yeah.
Oh, Smoke went to Shreveport too.
Did he? Well,
I think,
we must
yeah.
have
You guys
both
didn't-
was out there.
Yeah,
Nah,
y'all-
that whole year.
You didn't
it's
share
like,
a milk bag with Smoke?
That whole year was just crazy. Nah, I didn't
Yeah.
share. I wish I would have had Smoke there. Nah, that whole year was crazy. Because Katrina had just happened, and then we just like I told you I left from off my roof, like straight there. So it was just a Coast Guard ride, like an hour from
Someone
New
just
Orleans.
took you. You didn't know where you were
You
going.
were
The Coast
rescued
Guard.
off your roof.
Coast
I was
Guard.
rescued, yeah.
And somebody hijacked the 18-wheeler. That's how I got to the convention center. And then flew out in a Black Hawk to Baton Rouge Airport. Then flew a jet to Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh,
That's how I got up.
shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So you flew in a Black Hawk helicopter to
Mhm.
Baton Rouge? That must have been pretty exciting in itself,
Kinda
other than
scary,
the
though.
circumstances. But
Yeah. It felt like I was going to war.
yeah,
Because it got the back open where people just jump out.
Oh, God.
It was open the whole time.
it really was.
Yeah, it was.
You could have just jumped out into the...
If you wanted to, yeah.
Holy crap. And it
You had
was,
to hold on to this thing at the top. If you wanted
Man,
to
it
run
was-
and jump out, you could do that.
I mean, there's
I
a
don't think
lot
that's a
of...
good idea.
It's definitely
Really?
And you were on the
Check
roof
your
like in the floodwaters and...
Yeah,
And
that
that's Coast
actually, if I wouldn't have got on the roof, like I wouldn't have got my family out, cause like it came to this point where I was the oldest. I was like I have 1 of 6, but like the rest of my
Right.
siblings, it was just 4 of us, so it was missing, the other half. So it was like me at the time, who was the oldest, and like my older 2 brothers was in jail, so I had to like step up to the plate and like, after, cause we walked to the convention center. That's where I was at. And, like me and Q actually was there together, but we didn't even know we was there at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was like Hall A, Hall B, Hall C, these different
Right,
spots, And we was like, you know what, hell with this, we going back to the neighborhood. So we walked back, and that's when I got on the roof and I was like, flagging them down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had his shirt.
You
was
walked back
like,
in the flood.
walked back through it. Yeah, by this time, where I'm from, the water was like
Up to your
almost,
chest.
yeah, it was like up to my chest. So
And you
yeah.
walked through that.
Yeah, I had to.
But that wasn't just clean water like from a
Nah,
swimming
that was
pool.
nasty
That was
water. We had to get a
nasty
tetanus
water.
shot once.
Yeah.
A tetanus shot.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
I
There
actually
was a-
got sick from like the smells that they had. Like my throat was infected from the
Yeah,
smells.
me too. I had to get
and
rushed to the hospital
all type of things.
in
Like,
Texas. It was kind of funny though, because we was
well,
on
what
the
was
beach
the funny side?
We was on the beach smoking weed with some cool Mexican dudes. And, they passed it to me, and my tonsils just got swollen or something, and I couldn't breathe. And I was like, I can't breathe. And so they was looking at me. They was getting paranoid. So I ran straight back into the ice hockey stadium, ran to the paramedics, and they like put me in the back of the truck with the oxygen mask. and rushed
Where
me
is
to the
this at this
hospital.
point?
Corpus Christi,
This is
Texas.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
So you're too weak for the Mexican weed in Corpus Christi.
There you go.
Couldn't take it.
couldn't take it.
Holy.
I don't know what
crap.
happened. I just couldn't breathe. I really couldn't.
Have you smoked weed since then? Never, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Really?
Didn't put you off forever.
I knew it wasn't the weed because my cousin he was all right. I was the only one that wasn't all
What
right.
do you
So I
think
knew
there
it
was,
wasn't
an
that.
allergy or what?
It's all that water
I think
was so
by me
poison.
because all right,
Yeah,
I didn't mention
exactly.
this. I almost drowned
Oh, no.
during Katrina. My cousin saved me because I actually was drowning and I swallowed some of
Oh,
that
God.
water.
You were drowning.
Yeah,
Can you swim?
I could swim, but
So shallow.
we
that
was
water.
walking through the neighborhood and he know the neighborhood better than me because it was East New Orleans, and so
Oh, you were out the east?
Yeah, was in someone's backyard and he was like walking the square motion. I'm like, walking the square motion, man, you tripping? So I walked straight. It's a swimming pool under that water. The water was
Oh,
like right here to
wow.
your
Wow,
chest.
that's
So it's a swimming pool
Wow,
underneath
so you
there.
went into a pool,
So
so
I
you
walked
couldn't
into
touch
the
the
pool,
bottom.
and it happened so quick. I ain't really know what to do, but
wow.
I
And
just
you're
felt
wearing-
some hand pull me up, and that's all I remember.
Wow.
Oh my God!
And
What
I
an
like belched up the water and
experience.
stuff. Yeah. It's
Holy
kinda
shit!
crazy.
Do you
Glad you
think
guys
you
are
leave
here.
that behind you? That it ever leaves you?
You know
forget
what?
about it, or does it come
I
back?
never forget about it. It's actually something that is like hard to forget about because like New Orleans is such a memorable place, and it's like so many things happen that stay on your conscience while living here. It's like if you're always here, 365 out the year, it's like that. It never leaves you. You walk past these places that's like, it's like these landmarks that was like messed up and now they're like newly renovated, and like you remember it messed up, so it's like you can't forget it because like now it's brand new. It's like you don't forget it. It's like it wasn't brand new before. You know what I'm
No.
saying? It's like
I know exactly what you're saying, and I think this kind of stuff, this kind of experience that not just you had, but a lot of people had, and thousands
yeah,
of
a lot
us,
of people.
thousands of us had. It makes this new crop of people who are coming here, who are changing all these things, it makes it much, much worse, because it feels like these things didn't just exist.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
these
They make it
these
feel
bars.
like it never happened.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a-
I
it's-
think that's part of the point.
Yeah.
it makes this sort of, it makes it much more of a sort of a backstabbing kind of a sense. It's not just gentrification and things changing. people have suffered to live in New Orleans, and there was a real culture here, and there was all this. People didn't just build this out of nothing.
Right.
And there was a huge amount of pain and suffering that went into saving New Orleans.
Yeah.
True.
All these experiences that you went through, that all of us went through in one way or another. And I think that's what makes all this treachery worse, about the closing bars down and changing and making it's unaffordable to live here anymore, and the rent's going through the roof and house prices going through the roof. And I don't know what there is to be done about it. How can it change? Rosie, you just moved back here after 30 years. You must have come back for some reason.
I did. Well, I came back because my family's here. One of the main reasons, my brother Roger's here, and we're our only family. And this is where I was born and raised. This is where I was born and raised. And I remember New Orleans, back in the 70s is when I left. It was far more open as far as I was concerned, and it was bigger in certain ways. And to come back and see it torn down the way it is, and not see, yes, there's a boom going on, but not see people who were most devastated attended to, the 9th Ward, the 8th Ward,
right.
that kind of thing. It's disturbing for me, anyway. It is. That's why I got involved with the group I mentioned, Cano.
You didn't mention it. What is it?
I'm sorry, I sent to Graham.
I have something about it. You have a press release.
It's a Creative Alliance of New Orleans, and we're doing something. It's a 9th Ward improv opera tomorrow and Friday. And
Whoa.
It's all these people coming together it's a mixed media of music and spoken word and dance and visual art coming together to raise the consciousness of all that the 9th Ward's been through, which is, and still going through on a daily basis,
Did you hear about the Katrina anniversary parade thing that goes on the second line?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's going down, what?
I think it's on Saturday.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
That's
Friday.
the day. Well, the Saturday the 29th is a day of...
Yeah,
it's on
that's the
Saturday.
actual
No,
day.
Saturday, right.
Saturday.
You're right. It's Saturday.
Do y'all know who Dancing Man 504 is?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
He's our advisor.
Oh, wow.
He's your
That's
advisor, the
wonderful.
dancing
Your
man?
advisor.
Okay, now
What is he advising you on?
Okay, we'll go
Well,
back.
he older than us, and so he have a lot of wisdom and all that. And so, like, musically, he hear a lot of things that maybe, well, we can hear, but from an outsider's point of view, we listen to what he has to say, and just business-wise, like,
Right.
he give us advice business-wise.
Okay, we'll just go back one step in case you don't know who this is. Dancing Man 504 is a guy, I don't know, how old is he? 40-something?
40-something.
40-something, good-looking, slim, athletic-looking guy, a very happy face, always smiling, and wears a sash that says Dancing Man 504, like a sort of like a beauty
Second
pageant
line, yeah.
type person.
And he
Yeah,
can
like a
jump.
second line. And he's
can
always
jump. He can
dancing.
jump.
Always.
And he's dancing like with anybody all the time and looks so happy. So what's his story? What does and that's all I ever see is this guy dancing. What does he do the other 23 hours of the day? Is he in the music business or what's the deal?
Just dance.
He's a big part of the culture, period. Second line in brass bands, period.
And he basically
But he don't get paid for that. And what does he do? I mean he looks healthy and well fed and
Oh no, he
pretty
gets
sure he
paid.
makes a living,
He gets
off
paid
of dancing.
for
for
dancing.
dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a professional dancer.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
Who's
a performer,
Who's
and he also
Yeah, he's an entertainer.
he educates classes for kids and adults about the second line culture of New Orleans,
okay.
and a fitness class, basically like staying in shape and all that. As you see, he's in shape.
He's very
in great
into it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Okay,
not
so
to a
he's
point where it's just like it's a fitness class.
Right.
He incorporates dancing and all that just for $1 too. $1
Like literally
$1.
$1 to do what?
is your membership.
is your membership.
For the 504 Dancing Man 504
for the dancing
club.
class and
You
fitness
guys ever
and all
done the
that.
workout?
Not
We
yet.
haven't, not yet. We got $1 coming to you, dancing man.
But that's incredible because it all starts with health. I mean, it's
Yeah.
great that he starts there at that point.
That's
It
very
does.
interesting.
It
And
is.
so he's your
Advisor.
he's your about everything.
About the business and like how to brand yourself and like the proper way to come if you come across some documents, the proper way to handle reading them with specific people around.
So he's like a manager,
Basically.
advisor. Stick with the word advisor. Do you guys
Advisor.
do you have management or do you need management? or
Nah,
how does that
we
work?
do all that good stuff.
We do
for
it ourselves.
Throw it on
We
your
feel like
own,
it's
okay.
better.
Good for you.
Yeah. Hey, Rosie, so what are you doing now you're back here? Are you working or are you...
Yeah, I'm actually freelance doing event planning, from smaller things to even larger parties. But I like smaller dinners and do things for people 35 to 50 people. Or
That's small, okay.
well, no, that's for like an event. It's a small little event. But then I do larger things, and I'm also writing. So
Are you writing what?
I'm writing a book.
A book?
A book.
What's it about? A novel or...
I think some of the people would consider it a novel. It's going to be about my family, but it's going to be more about the time I grew up in New Orleans and the changes I saw then and bringing it forward to today.
So it's a memoir.
It is a memoir. It's going to, yeah.
That's so nice.
It is a memoir.
Okay. What's it called?
I don't know yet.
We could help you come up with a title.
I'll bet you could.
It might rhyme.
That's a good idea. You
I'll
can get
think
the word
about it.
smoke in it.
I would love to get the word smoke in it. It should be in it.
Smoke.
Smoke the memory. That's interesting. So how many hours a day do you write?
It's amazing. I mean, sometimes 6, sometimes 8. It's amazing. You'll look down. I know it's amazing. You'll look down if you're really into it. And you'll be on one thing. You look up, and 5 hours has gone by. And
do you find that you can remember stuff that happened back then, or do you
incredible? No, I have a really good memory.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't remember crap that happened yesterday. I wouldn't have any hope of. How do you do that? Just because you've got a good memory?
I've always had a good memory, and I'm putting it to use now. It's not going to be a demon. It's
Exactly.
going to be an asset.
Hey, cool. So tell me before we have to get out of here in a minute, what are you up to that we should know about? Other than the party.
Other than the party, I'm planning a wedding.
Oh, that's right. Hey, Rosie, you could do the wedding planning for 35 to 50 people.
I would love to help at
and
any
these
point.
guys can do the music.
They're such a beautiful couple.
Got it knocked off for you.
There you go.
They're a
It's
beautiful
all
couple
hooked up.
because, after all, Wiley loves rap and hip-hop.
That's right.
These guys,
We
how
got
could
it.
you do better?
We got it. We got it all.
Not a
We
bad
are
idea.
it.
What do you charge for a wedding? What does Dancing
You
Man
know
504
what?
say?
We're gonna have to since we know Tommy now personally, we're gonna have to work something out.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the right answer.
I'll get them the address to the house, and we can do a deal.
And the party. We get the address of the party, too.
Exactly. Working on
Very
that
nice.
address.
Hey, you guys, that's happy hour for another week. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Thanks
My
for having us.
special
Great.
guests this week have been Tommy Lewis, Rosy Wilson, and Hugh Hefner, and Mani, whose real names are Quentin A. Coleman and Romani Cole. I love those two names. I would go back to
They're
those.
great
I love
names.
those.
I'd ask Dancing Man
I'm
five
gonna
oh-
say
you gonna hear about
TSA don't
those
like
names,
my
so.
first name. I get a lot of. That's why I say Mani actually.
I love Monty.
Yeah.
And you know what? We just you like Monty.
Monty's a great name.
But Mani's nice though. I
Mani.
think Romani Cole is a beautiful name.
I do,
Thank
too.
you.
I
You
love
could have
that
like
name.
a clothing line called that,
You
right?
could, very easily.
Well, it's like Armani. Which
Very
is
Armani,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's right.
Hey, special thanks to these people who helped us put our show together today. Petite Pet Care is one of them. If you're going out of town or you have a crazy schedule, the folks at Petite Pet Care will take care of your pet in his or her own home for loving care when you're not there. Check them out at petitepetcare.com. Basic Swim and Gym is a place where you can go to buy yoga clothes and a swimsuit with style on the corner of on Magazine Street near the corner of Jefferson Avenue. It's all new. It's Basic Swim and Gym too. Thanks to Hangover Destroyer, the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover or ameliorate it. Go to the Hangover Destroyer website, hdestroyer.com. Write happy hour in the coupon code. You can get 30% off of Hangover Destroyer, and you too can seize the dawn. Thank you so much to all
Thank
those
you,
people who
Dan.
helped us, and to unlistednola.com, the revolutionary new way to buy a house in New Orleans. If you know what you're looking for, you can check this out, Tommy. You can find your perfect place before it comes on the market at unlistednola.com. Thanks, guys. Thanks for stopping by. That was
Thank
Happy Hour
you.
for
Thank
today.
you.
The producer of our show is
Thanks so
Graham
much.
Raponte, with special thanks today to Trish Kaufman. Our associate producer and technical director is Chris Kehoe. Christian Unruh is our fabulous music director who showed up today over there. Our theme music was written by and is being played by Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on the show, drop us a line. Our address is on our website. It's itsneworleans.com, where you can find many other happy hours to listen to as well. And some other shows we make here at INO Broadcasting. Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, live from Commander's Palace. You can also find Out to Lunch live from Lafayette and Baton Rouge as well by poking around on that website. True to the Game with the fabulous Chris True, Midnight Menu with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canada. Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker. Milo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu, and the revolutionary new way to buy a house in New Orleans. Unlistednola.com is there as well. You can keep up with us on Facebook, on Twitter, and a bunch of other time-sucking social media. On all of it, we're called It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and on our Facebook and Google Plus pages. Those photos are taken today by Alison Moon. from Lafayette originally, who has purple hair. If you're listening to this on iTunes, on Stitcher, or some other podcast app that you prefer, thanks for subscribing to us. Take one moment to stop and rate and review us if you've got a minute to do that. That helps other people find us. Our show is recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street, where they put fine dining into a sandwich, fine booze into a glass, and have a fabulous brunch all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Happy Hours, a production of I Know Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com, for Andrew Duhon, who you can find back here probably next week, and before that on andrewduhon.com. I'm Grant Morris. Thank you so much for joining us on behalf of all of us here at Wayfair, back at our office at I Know Broadcasting. We'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour.
Let's be honest, there are tons of ways to send money back home, and every company promises me the same things: good rates and safe transfers. That's why it can be overwhelming to choose a new way to send money. I switched to Remitly because I can track my money every step of the way, which means I know exactly when my mom will get her money. And with their extensive payment network, my mom can receive her money in a way that is more convenient and safe for her. You should check it out. Go to Remitly.com or download their app to get started. Remitly Inc. is a licensed money transmitter by the state of New York, California, Massachusetts, and other states.